We welcome you to Hot Docs, situated on the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee, the Wendat, and the Anishinaabe. We respect and give thanks to the original stewards of the land and acknowledge that Toronto is home to many diverse First Nation, Métis, and Inuit people.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you all for coming this morning. It's so great to see so many familiar faces. So I'm Diana Sanchez. I'm the Executive Director here at Hot Docs. I'm very pleased to be here and welcome you all to our 33rd Annual Festival Conference. It's very exciting. The first time I was up here was a year ago today, so it has been quite a year. And, reflecting on, why we do this, why we love documentary, why we love festival, at a time when so much of our public conversation, it's moving so quickly, there's not enough room for nuance to really go deep on subjects, and documentary storytelling feels more essential than ever. So the films in this year's program feel especially resonant with the moment that we're living in, and they offer audiences the opportunity to engage more deeply with the world that we live in. So I'm really excited about this program. But before we get there, so many things to acknowledge. So much work goes into bringing this festival to life. This event could only happen because of the dedication of our staff, volunteers, the support of our board, and the continued commitment of our audiences, funders, donors, and the filmmaking community. So thank you to all of you. You keep us going. Got an amazing team here. I'm really grateful to the whole senior team. Heidi, Jackie, Crystal, Kate, thank you for everything. Thank you to the whole Hot Docs team, the volunteers. You guys are incredible. So this past year, my first year at Hot Docs, and it has been one of stabilization and rebuilding, and we're continuing to do that. And that's why this is such an important moment. This year's festival is a really important step in that process. It's required a tremendous amount of effort, as you can imagine, and we've been sustained through all of this through your extraordinary support. So thank you, everyone. It takes a community effort to bring this together, and it's thanks to all of you. Big thank you to our outgoing board members, Nicholas DePontier, Kevin Wong, and Lydia Lukovic, whose passion and dedication and commitment have been a guiding force throughout. Another big important step in rebuilding is we've just welcomed in a new board. I'm so excited about them. I'd like to welcome our 7 new board members: Doug Allison, Julie Bristow, Merritt Jensen-Carr, Leah Marin, who I see in the audience, thanks for coming, Habiba Noshin, Noah Siegel, and Aaron Zegers. They bring a remarkable wealth of experience and energy to our mission, and I look forward to what we are going to build together. So before we get to the films, I do want to talk a little bit about our industry conference and market, because supporting documentary filmmakers is a big part of what we do here at Hot Docs. So each year we bring together filmmakers, funders, broadcasters, and producers from around the world to share ideas, build partnerships, and move projects forward. So we'll be announcing our conference program tomorrow in full. And that's going to offer opportunities to hear directly from people in the industry about where documentary is heading and how filmmakers can navigate this constantly shifting landscape. We're also going to be bringing back the forum. It's going to be a smaller version, more, very highly curated, alongside our deal maker pitch meetings with a focused boutique approach designed to create meaningful connections for the 31 projects that we announced last week. So we have 15 in the forum and 16 that are doing a forum and deal maker, and 31 in total. So what I love about talking about these programs, and one of the most rewarding things about them, is that you get to see films go full circle. So at this year's festival, we're celebrating the premieres of 14 films that came through our industry programs that have received support either through the forum, Dealmaker, or one of our production funds or programs. One of those titles was supported by the Hot Dog Slate Family Fund and is this year's opening night film. So what I love about this film is that it really sets the tone for the festival, celebrates Canadian storytellers, creators, and artists, and it celebrates trailblazers, people who have always pushed boundaries. It's directed by Canadian filmmaker Michelle Mama and produced by Allison Grace, yes? Produced by Allison Grace and Bill Taylor, Anti-Diva, The Carol Pope Confessions, is a love letter to the power of defiance, shining a spotlight on Canada's original queer rock icon, Carol Pope. She's a taboo-shattering provocateur whose new wave band pushed boundaries with a fierce punk edge. Really excited that we are starting with a film that we supported right from the beginning. And before we bring up our guest, we are going to see a clip from the film. So let's do that.
When High School Confidential came out, I was not yet in high school. The story of that song turned me on. I didn't understand that the story is about a girl wanting a girl.
She's a cool, blonde, scheming bitch. She make my body twitch, walking down the corridor.
Carol in High School Confidential captures the feeling of lust better than any songwriter I have ever known.
I want her so much, I feel sick.
An ethnic kid of immigrants who's a straight male in my neighborhood. We heard that song and thought, that's a great fucking song. Full stop. Then you hear it a few more times and some lyrics pop in and you go, what? What are we doing here?
It make me cream my jeans when she come my way.
She makes me cream my jeans when she comes my way. I remember hearing that on like AM radio, and I was going, I can't believe they're playing that. And I would turn it up louder.
A high school confidential.
Please welcome Michelle Mama, director of the film, opening night film. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi, Doc fam. I cannot believe we're here. I'm so honored, truly honored. I truly can't believe it. I have just a few little things to say. My producers, Bill Taylor and Allison Grace, and I are thrilled beyond words to be opening Hot Docs. It is, I'm sorry to say, my favorite festival. Pound for pound, quality, all killer, no filler, and it always has been. And I know Janice Dawes here. Janice, I know you took such great pains to save this festival, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and from everybody here. We cannot live without this festival in this city. Thank you so much. We want to thank the programming team and Hot Docs for this honor, truly an honor. It feels really correct to tell this story in Toronto. It's a Toronto story about a Toronto icon, and we're thrilled to be home and be premiering here. Deepest thanks, because of course, as everybody in this room knows, we can't do anything without our funders, to Ontario Creates, Telefilm Canada, Rogers Doc Fund, Hot Doc Slate Family Fund, and CMF POV Fund, and also to the CBC Documentary Channel for seeing the vision and enthusiastically being on this journey with us. Personally, I want to thank my incredible crew, especially cinematographer Stephen Chung and editor Sarah Jane Baczynski, who were really in the trenches with me on this epic years-long journey. And I consider them to be co-authors of this film and deeply creative collaborators, and it's as much their film as it is mine, and I think it's important to say that. Now on to Carol fucking Pope. Carol has been a cultural figure for 50 years in this country, but most people would agree in the public that she's kind of been a riddle wrapped in a mystery, inside an enigma for all of that time. Quite a mysterious figure. And as a Much Music baby, I was introduced to her indelible image through Rough Trade videos, which please go and look at them, they're incredible. And as I grew into a queer woman, her impact began to really reverberate in my life. In the 70s, as a lead singer of Rough Trade, she cut a strong androgynous figure, hitting the stage in bondage gear, crooning about lust and sex, and offering a peek into the demi-monde that most people at that time would never have been able to see or understand. She was singing about queer love at a time when it was illegal to be gay in most of the world. So really important to contextualize that. She's a maverick, she's a feminist hero, she's a queer trailblazer, and frankly, a deep dive into her life was long overdue. And in terms of why now, I think the grit that she's demonstrated in her life and everything she's been through is something that we can all really learn from in this moment, when once again, queer lives are under attack globally. The fact that Carol trusted this team to tell the story finally is a gift and a huge responsibility. And we don't take that lightly, and Carol, I hope we met the challenge. Carol's here with us today. Carol, do you want to stand up? Just stand up for a quick sec. Carol Pope, everybody. I can't wait for audiences and super fans. It's going to be a wild opening night to see this story, and folks who have never heard her name to finally get to know this funny, clever, indefatigable Carol that we've all come to love in this process. So we'll see you opening night, and respectfully, we plan to blow the roof off this place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm so excited about opening night. We're going to now get to the rest of this year's incredible lineup. Amazing work from the programming team. I'd like to recognize all the incredible work you guys have put in. I know what it's like to put a festival together, and you guys have done a beautiful job. A big thank you to festival lead programmer Gabor Pertik. Gabor, take it away. We're so excited about this lineup. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. Oh, and that's great that just happened. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. So I am Gabor. I'm the lead programmer of Hot Docs, and it is with great pleasure that I'm here to welcome you to Hot Docs 2026. I'm truly, genuinely humbled to be standing in the position that I am in. To give a bit of a quick origin story, I will say I started Hot Docs in 2009, and I was working with the programming team, and back then I was also helping with submissions, and those were submissions that we used to get via DVDs. So I would have to go down and grab just boxes and boxes of mail and put those DVDs on shelves, and then get so excited to see the films later. And my passion for documentaries grew and grew and grew. And the fact that I went from literally kind of mailroom to here right now dropping a microphone is something really, really special. So I'm honored to be here. Additionally, I want to say that obviously the world is constantly evolving and changing. In the hundreds and hundreds of docs that I have seen, that you all have seen, there is a passage that I kind of go back into through Carl Sagan, an amazing astronomer who looked at a tiny photo of Earth from the Voyager space probe, and in it he says, "Look at that dot. That's here, that's home," and goes on to say, "It underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known." I feel like nowadays that's more important than ever, and I hold that with every documentary I get to see. With that, let's look at some of the amazing documentaries that chronicle, cherish, and celebrate this pale blue dot. This year, we received 2,820 submissions and somehow narrowed that down to 115 outstanding films representing 51 countries. This includes 52 world and international premieres. Before we get to the films, none of this could be done without the incredible team that I had the privilege of working with. That kicks off right now with our programming manager, Zoe Burke, and our programming coordinator, Carlina Waugh. These two just started this year with Hot Docs, and this festival would not be able to function the way it is. And the films and the schedule that you're all about to receive are because of so much of the work that the two of them put in. So please, a round of applause to Zoe and Carolina. Thank you. Our international programming team is comprised of Vivian Bellick, Gugi Gumilang, Carmen Thompson, Simone Esteran, Aisha Jamal. Our Canadian team is Alex Rogalski, Aisha Jamal, and Mariam Zaidi, and Shorts team of Mariam and Rola Tahir. These people went through, again, 2,800 films to get the film that the films that we get to do together, and I'm so proud of them. So a round of applause to all of these. Now then, let's talk about the films, which we're all very excited about. First up is our International Spectrum program, which is our Oscar-accredited competition program featuring world and international premieres of exceptional documentaries. This year, the International Spectrum competition is supported by the Donner Canadian Foundation. We have films that are from Iran, Italy, Indonesia, just to name a few, and the 10 films in this lineup give us all a glimpse into the filmmakers pushing the boundaries of the art form that has to offer. But beyond international, of course, we have a huge Canadian Spectrum program, and in order to talk about those films, I would love to welcome onto the stage an incredible programmer, a good friend, Aisha Jamal.
Thank you, Gabor. Excited to be here. This year, our Canadian Spectrum competition program will showcase 9 feature documentaries that reflect the diverse perspectives and powerful storytelling of our talented filmmakers from across the nation. The Canadian Spectrum competition is sponsored by the DGC National and DGC Ontario, and we're very grateful for them for their support. We're proud to present the world premiere of a number of contemporary and relevant stories, including Sebastian Trahan's film Code of Misconduct, which focuses on the controversial trial of 5 Hockey Canada World Junior Team players for sexual assault in London, Ontario. We follow the story through the eyes of TSN journalist Rick Westhead, who has reported on many sexual assault trials in sports. A fascinating and timely look at toxic masculinity, hockey celebrity, and the role of journalism today. In Nakai Walks, director Rico King shares the remarkable story of Nakai Foster, who was 16 years old when he was shot walking home in Toronto's Jane and Finch neighborhood. With his mother and sister by his side, witness Nakai's against all odds recovery as he becomes an advocate for safer streets, bringing attention to the toll that violence has taken on this community for decades, combined with an urgent call for empathy and accountability. Collaborating with the New Hawk Nation, director and Hot Docs alum Banshi Hanous returns to Hot Docs with her film Ceremony, which also just won yesterday the South by Southwest Audience Award, which is wonderful. Filmed over more than a decade and focused on the loss of the Ooligan fish in the Bella Coola Valley that has sustained their nation for generations, The community gathers to address the truths of a colonial past and reaffirm their connection to the natural world. We're very excited to share the trailer with you, so let's take a look at it.
I remember seeing the whole river go back. That was amazing.
How many years has it been?
26 years.
26 years.
I don't know exactly what happened to them or where they went to. I think everybody knows, but we're trying to deny that part.
So 1998, that's the last place I was able to catch a mulligan. We didn't even know that was the last chance.
This rock split because our community was split.
People talk about crown land, it belongs to the crown. It's like, no, it doesn't. It was never ever transferred. It's never been ceded. It's never been surrendered. It's never been treated. It's never been lost in war.
There is no Indian settlement on the land in question. That's the day Francis Bull started introducing smallpox at Ballycoola.
Oh my goodness.
So there will be no Indians. It was an intentional mass killing that's being carried out for political purpose.
I think about all of the people who died during smallpox. People were crawling into graves that they had dug.
Digging your own grave.
Less than 1% of our people survived after smallpox. So we descend from the strongest of the strong.
No matter what we face, no matter what catastrophe befalls us, we have that resilience built in right at the beginning, right back to the first ancestors, to pick ourselves up and to rebuild.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
We're very excited to be sharing the Canadian premiere of that film. At a time when women's rights are being questioned and eroded, women will rise up and be heard in our ever-popular Persister program. From the life of a single truck driver in Kenya to a group of young women in Cabo risking it all to read banned books in secret, Persister features 7 films that span the globe, offering up remarkable stories of women in front of and behind the camera. And now I'll hand things over to one of our shorts programmers, Rolla Tahir.
Hello. This year at the festival, we're presenting 35 short films in 4 short programs, as well as paired with feature and mid-length features. From folktales to cautionary ones, the short films this year take us on journeys as close as Mississauga and Brampton, and as far as Greece, Marrakesh, Easter Island, and even the afterlife. They speak to the power of community and collective action, but also the major ripple effects that can result from one individual's passion and tenacity. From a claustrophobic mine in Morocco to the warmth of a baker's hotline in Vermont, these films, while unflinching at times, are also incredibly full of hope. And now back to Gabor.
I'm so dreading touching this mic right now. Anyways, our World Showcase program provides a survey of the stories and subjects who have made an impact on the past, present, and potential futures to come to our world. It is our largest program that we have every year at the Fest and shows a wide range of hope, despair, triumph. Featured countries this year include the likes of Ukraine, Syria, Lebanon, Korea, Mexico, and France. It's truly a program that has something for everyone. This year, our theme program, we continue to look at the rise of technology. Digital Witnesses delves into the fascinating, potential terrifying, and quickly growing world of tech, social media, and AI. So much has changed in the span of even just 1 year, and it continues to dominate the headlines daily. One of those films that are featured in this program is in our Big Ideas, and that is Love Actually from Hot Docs alum Shalina Kataya, and we can take a look at a trailer.
When I first went on Tinder, I was dreaming of the husband, the children, maybe the dog, you know?
I am a hopeless romantic. I'm using 5 different apps: Scruff, Grindr, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge.
Tinder made it into a game.
It was euphoric at the beginning, but it didn't last. I found out that Tinder operates with a secret ranking system.
Algorithms can shape your desire. They encourage us to rank ourselves the way that they do.
You can wake up being like, is there someone that's my true love that's on the other end of my phone?
Their goal is to keep you on the app, make money on you year after year.
You could start to hear people talk about other humans like products.
On Tinder, the average success rate of straight men is 2%.
The most shallow version of yourself that is just making snap judgments is being cultivated over and over.
When you discover the world of dating apps, you think you have like an infinity of choices. But in reality, they're all the same company.
Match owns 2/3 of the dating app market.
If you want to find love, you have to go on these apps, and then you're basically at the whims of these companies.
Let's talk about the framework for safety online. There isn't any.
He's the only person I've ever dated over the internet that I'm taking this leap to meet.
You might find the love of your life on these apps. You also might find your worst nightmare on them.
There is a lot of emptiness and void and feeling of rejection, feeling like nobody's gonna love you.
Technology is just getting more advanced and more advanced.
In a lot of ways, dating apps destroyed courtship.
The people that build these structures have a lot of influence on what we believe about ourselves and what we think is possible. Who's building the future of dating?
Going along, this year, our Maiden program, we are spotlighting Brazil this year. Every year, we try to use this program to highlight communities that are at the forefront of making powerful works of art. The 4 films in this section offer up a look into the craft of Brazilian storytelling, and you'll all get to see why that is, that this is the right year to showcase Brazil for our Maiden program. And now to talk a bit more about the Artscapes program, please welcome to the stage one of our international programmers, Simone Estra.
Thank you, Gabor. So creative minds, artistic pursuits, and inventive filmmaking take center stage in this year's Artscapes program. Artscapes is generously supported by the Cololian family. Across the 7 films, we are invited into the lives of bold and boundary-pushing creators and those fighting to preserve and protect art, culture, memory, and history. This includes the story of pioneering lesbian experimental filmmaker Barbara Hammer, featured in Barbara Forever by Bridie O'Connor. A look at performance artist Muriel Laterman-Euclides, the first ever artist in residence at New York City's Department of Sanitation, and maintenance artist by Toby Pearl Freelick, and the battle to return indigenous ancestral remains trapped in museums and archives in Aniko Bijagan by Zach and Adam Khalil, just to mention a few. Back to you, Gabor.
All right, and then finally, our special presentations program, which features some of our higher profile docs that cover larger than life stories and award-winning festival films. Profiles range from musicians like Kenny Loggins and Judas Priest to social activist and author Tony Cade Bambara, and even go into the lives of those seeking to be the oldest person in the world. There is also a world premiere and something that may be near and dear to everyone here in downtown Toronto. So let's take a look at the trailer for The Tower That Built a City.
Should we get into it?
Yeah. Well, Toronto was the big city.
There's a lot of kids growing up that just think that we have always been embraced globally.
This city, it's like a family.
The evolution of Toronto pride is something to be studied.
Montreal was way ahead of the game, and Toronto was trying to catch up.
I'm
standing at the 447-meter level of the CN Tower in Toronto.
I got obsessed with this. Like, who were the people who made this decision to build this building for the city, not as it was, but as they wish it would existed?
On this one, it could be a matter of life or death.
It's a tower that is built primarily in the first instance as a communication device.
It changed telecommunications in Toronto overnight.
I was the very tip of the tower.
In the fullness of time has taken on a much more significant role, it seems to me, in that it's serving not only the function for which it was built, but it's become a very definite symbol of the city.
It's the symbol of home.
And we knew it was going to be a symbol. I mean, that's what we were building.
It once was the tallest building in the world, recorded and entered in the Guinness Book of World Records.
And it gets to witness this change, this evolution.
And put this particular city on the map in North America.
Like, there is no Toronto without the CN Tower.
CN Tower is a phallic symbol. You get where no one needed help with that.
All right, and so that is just a glimpse in terms of our overall program. I just wanted to say thank you all so much for coming out this morning. I really hope to see all of you throughout the festival. That's a wrap kind of on me, but in order to get the press conference going to talk about the Docs for Schools program, I'm going to invite on Margaret Pereira.
Thank you, Gabor. Good morning, everyone. We are so delighted to announce that Docs for Schools will present 5 in-cinema screenings during the 2026 festival. Thank you to our lead partners, Rogers, the Rossi Foundation, and the Slate Family Foundation, and our supporters, the Donner Canadian Foundation, the Makeway Foundation Harbinger Fund, the National Film Board, the Piplato Family Foundation, and the Hot Docs Founders Circle executive producer level members. This year's Docs for Schools selections are It's Dorothy, a vibrant and imaginative look at the cultural legacy of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Tumquithnon, Namesake, which follows the heated debates that ignite when the Tla'amin people request that the city of Powell River, BC change its name. As we just saw, the tower that built the city, a look at how Toronto's skyline-defining CN Tower, now celebrating its 50th anniversary, launched a decades-long transformation for our city. And Nakai Walks, the inspiring story of Nakai Foster's survival and recovery, and exposes how gun violence shapes bodies, families, and communities. And House of Hope, an intimate look at an elementary school in the West Bank run by a couple set on teaching young Palestinian students nonviolent resistance. And now to talk about our special events, please welcome Hot Docs Director of Philanthropy and Impact, Jackie Garrow.
I just have to say to Director Michelle, I loved that Hot Docs is your favorite festival. All killer, no filler. Potential new tagline, love it, thank you. So special events. So this is the 13th anniversary of our Big Ideas program, continuing a wonderful Hot Docs tradition of engaging with the sharpest minds on the most provocative of subjects, with special guests present for each film. The lineup for this year's Big Ideas program includes Love Actually, which we saw earlier, filmmaker Shalini Kantaya's latest deep dive into tech that unpacks the dating app algorithms that are shaping modern romance. In the Big Ideas, we have A War on Women by director Raha Shirazi. This is an exploration of women's rights in Iran, from decades of resistance and activism to the recent rally cry of woman, life, freedom. We have MySpace, a look at how the pioneering social media site became a culture phenomenon for users and upcoming artists, made by filmmaker Tommy Avalon. Just gonna catch my breath. And we have Steal This Story, Please, a profile of fiercely independent journalist Amy Goodman by Oscar-nominated filmmakers Carl Deal and Tia Lesson. This is a film that shines a spotlight on an essential voice highlighting global issues and pursuing truth in an era of alternative facts. New this year, we're really excited. We're going to be hosting Big Ideas cocktail receptions before each Big Ideas screening. So these cocktail receptions are going to be lots of fun. It's an opportunity to bring your work colleagues, maybe your book club friends, maybe your favorite date. Come and make a special night out here at the Hot Docs Cinema during the festival. These are exclusive ticketed events before each Big Ideas screening. They'll include cocktails, mocktails, past appetizers, fun group photo ops, and special reserved seating with popcorn. So please check out the Big Ideas receptions and make a night of it. This year, we're delighted to continue the tradition of presenting many impactful awards to filmmakers, an important part of the festival. This includes the Rogers Audience Award for Best Canadian Documentary. The highest rated Canadian feature film, as determined by audience votes, will be awarded a prestigious $50,000 cash prize, generously provided by our founding partner, Rogers. The winning film will be announced at a special free encore screening here at the Hot Docs Ted Rogers Cinema on the festival's closing night. Hot Docs remains steadfast in our commitment to ensuring that our programming is reachable by as diverse an audience as possible. We are proud to continue to offer free daytime screenings for students and for patrons 60 years of age and over, and this is being generously supported this year by patrons Diane Blake and Stephen Smith. I think that's pretty great. We also, at Hot Docs, offer free tickets to newcomers and other community groups through our audience development partnerships. And thankfully, the Catherine and Maxwell Meehan Foundation have come in again this year to fund our accessible in-cinema screenings, featuring open and closed captioning, audio description, and ASL interpretation, as well as a relaxed screening. So thank you to the Catherine and Maxwell Meehan Foundation for their ongoing support. And above all, a huge thank you to our partners for their unwavering support of this year's festival. Thank you to our founding partner, Rogers, our major supporters, Telefilm Canada, the Government of Ontario, and the Canada Media Fund, and to this year's special festival champions. A special thank you to Michael McMillan and Kathy Spool, the Bennett Family Foundation, and to Blue Ice Docs. In addition, we are extremely grateful for the assistance of the Canada Council for the Arts, Ontario Arts Council, the Indigenous Screen Office, the Ontario Cultural Attractions Fund, Ontario Creates, Toronto Arts Council, and the City of Toronto. Lastly, we have to extend a heartfelt gratitude and heartfelt thanks to the many loyal family foundations, individuals, small companies, and industry partners whose support we couldn't have done this without, and who've made this year's festival a reality. Our need for support, everybody, is very real. Our need for continued support is very real and crucial to our survival and success. The annual Friends of Hot Docs Giving campaign is in full swing and will be running until the end of May. So far, we've raised over $70,000 from more than 1,000 donors. And our goal is to more than double this in the coming weeks. So we encourage you to spread the word and contribute whatever you can. We know that filmmakers and audiences of all ages and backgrounds love and need Hot Docs. Canadian democracy and civic society are strengthened by the films we share here in this space and the conversation and community building that takes place in these four walls. So thank you all for your continued and future support of Hot Docs. And now for some closing notes to this morning's press conference, please welcome Hot Docs Manager of Marketing Communications, Bill Alexander. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. This brings this morning's press conference to an end. The full schedule is now live on hotdocs.ca, and tickets are available for Hot Docs members and festival ticket package holders. Single tickets will be available to the public starting March 31st. Tickets may be obtained online or here at the Hot Docs Cinema box office. If you are a filmmaker or publicist participating in media interviews, we ask you to remain seated while we position cameras upstairs in the mezzanine. Thank you for coming.